Are you filming this now?
Yeah, I'm actually, yeah.
Yeah, well, why not? Yeah. So this is a good one. There was a guy sat up there. He was having his MP3 service, and he'd come from Scotland on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I said, Sean, years ago, there used to be a guy who used to come from Stirling to have his MZ serviced. Bob Mercer servicing it.
Yeah.
And it was an MZ 500, if my memory serves me correctly. They had a Bing carburettor on them, and there was a screw to adjust the mixture. But it was like it didn't look like a screw. It was like just like a circle with a flat on it. Right. And you had to have a special tool to adjust it, which I still have that tool in my toolbox at home. Unfortunately, it is broken. I think somebody stood on it or something, and the end of it's broken, but I still have it.
Yeah.
And this guy came all the way from Stirling and waited while we serviced his MZ on numerous occasions. And he'd be waiting outside in the morning, he'd set off at God knows what time.
Yeah.
And he was a really nice chap. You sort of get customers, you talk to him, and he was a really genuine guy. And he spoke with a really broad Scottish. You could hardly understand him. You get the Scottish, you could hardly understand him. Well, he says, I haven't lived in Stirling all my life. He said, yeah, I've started life in the East End of London.
Joking.
Like that. I said, all right. I said, right, what happened there? He said, well, I'm not going to carry on doing the accent. He said, a baby in the house, and it was during the Blitz, because we're going back quite a while, and the house got hit with a direct strike from a German bomb. He said, my mum, my dad, my brother and sister were killed. He said, and I was blown out the front window of the house as a baby, wrapped in swaddling clothes, if you will, out of his crib.
Yeah.
He said, I was blown out the front room onto the street and survived. He said, so I was orphaned from the Second World War.
Wow.
He said, and eventually he must have gone through being in an orphanage, whatever, and eventually was adopted by a couple in Scotland. And he found all this out later in life. He researched the story and found it all out. And that was his story. And I just thought, wow, it's so amazing. He was a lovely fella, obviously had a really good upbringing. He made a nice person from all that, because that's, childhood trauma has affected everybody, doesn't it? We all know that.
That's what's so good about this, isn't it? You speak to people, you find out
all
these wacky stories and people's lives are just crazy.
It's crazy. And it's almost like sometimes be like being their therapist, isn't it? They come in and
listen to everyone. It's good.
Yeah, I've had that a number of times where people have come and sort of dumped stuff on me, and you sort of, it does make you think, doesn't it? It does make you think, but what a story, yeah.